Welcome back, guys. Unfortunately, it is on some bad news. It seems that Disney have gotten a little bit jumpy and decided that quite an important planet is going to have its name changed to something that I think is completely stupid. So, say hello to the new planet, or rather, old planet that had its name changed, Moraband. Of all the names you could have picked, Moraband sounds completely retarded. This planet, supposedly, is replacing Korriban. Now, we all know that Korriban is the birthplace of the Sith, so it's a pretty damn important world, and they just decided that something that's considered factual when concerning Star Wars lore, despite that the EU was confirmed for being possibly overwritten, it just seems that they're changing it for the sake of changing it. They're just proving that they can change something, and it just seems so pointless. This came from a poster concerning the Clone Wars Lost Missions, basically part of the Clone Wars series, obviously, that's just meant to tie off all of the loose ends and just finish the series nice and quietly before Star Wars Rebels comes out. And for the final episode, which is called Sacrifice, it says that Yoda is to journey to the ancient birthplace of the Sith, and then they call it Moraband. So it seems that they're really going for it. It seems that they really want to make it called Moraband now, which just seems so stupid and wrong. Better yet, although not really that better, it seems that they're also retconning parts of the movies as well. In the trailer for The Lost Missions, it shows Yoda talking to Obi-Wan about Qui-Gon Jinn's voice in the Council Chamber, which is complete bull because we know that Obi-Wan first learns of this at the end of Revenge of the Sith. Something tells me that Disney are going way too far with this. I can understand cutting out extended universe that was in your way, such as all of the complete rubbish that is post-Return of the Jedi, Luke Skywalker marrying Mara Jade, Jason Solo, all that crap, but what I don't understand is changing some of the fundamentals of Star Wars. As far as I and many other Star Wars fans that I've contacted are concerned, it is Korriban. It will always be Korriban. Disney should not be changing something simply for the sake of changing it. It's completely pointless. Now, rant aside, although I will be coming back to it in a moment after this next piece. Star Wars Rebels is premiering on the 3rd of October and it will be released on the Disney Channel, so no surprises there. Now, I'm all for a new series, although the movement they're going with seems odd. Most of you probably noticed by now that when anything is taken over by the new holders, they always say that they want to make it their own. It's been said a lot recently, even DICE said that. And I'm all for new content and them making new features, making it their own rather than just a copy or a clone, but not at the expense of pre-existing and widely accepted storyline and content. And it seems that Star Wars Rebels is going to completely retcon what we know about the Rebellion so far. We know that the Rebellion was formed when Palpatine asked Darth Vader to order Galen Marek to seek out would-be rebels and essentially pretend to form a rebellion, simply in an attempt to draw out would-be rebels from hiding. Palpatine's plan almost succeeded if it hadn't been for Galen Marek's ongoing conflict with the Task and his friends, where he eventually decided to let the rebels escape at the expense of his own life in a fight with Palpatine. That is how we all generally accept the Rebel Alliance formed. It's an interesting tie-in towards Palpatine's obsession with removing threats to himself, and so it makes sense. As you may be able to tell, the rant is starting to begin again. The new Star Wars Rebels is so far seeming rather kiddie in nature, and I know that the Clone Wars started off like that as well, but then as time passed, it evolved with more serious and meaningful plot lines. Star Wars Rebels could do this, but as the main character seems to be a really stereotypical rebellious teenager that's made to appeal to a very young audience that watches the Disney Channel, which is kind of a given, I highly doubt it. The pilot episode, which premieres on the 3rd of October, is titled Spark of Rebellion. Now, I'm all for more lore, but it seems that Disney, in their recent habit of changing things for no reason, may be deciding that instead of keeping the widely accepted plot so far, whereby Palpatine inadvertently created the rebellion, we are instead going to have the rebellion created by a teenager. I hope that that's not true, and they do not try and retcon further lore, but it seems like they're leaning towards it. It seems like they're putting far too much emphasis on this cartoon series, and I think they need to remember it'll be great, it'll be nice to see what goes on in this series, but it's a cartoon. Don't get ahead of yourself. It should not be writing it needs to add more storyline. That's a major thing, but it shouldn't be rewriting other parts. It's new content. It can be made to fit around currently existing plot lines. It doesn't need to restructure what we know about Star Wars just to tell a good story. Star Wars in itself is a good story. If it can't do that, then there's something very wrong with it. Now this video needs to come to an end because I'm getting rattier by the minute, so you guys have a little rant in the comments down below about this. What were they thinking when they decided to randomly rename the homeworld of the Sith? It is currently in the Old Republic, an ongoing and still growing MMO. Why in hell would they even bother changing something that people like? It's completely beyond me. Anyway, feel free to leave your grievances in the comments below. I look forward to replying to them later. This is the first video of my general Star Wars news series. It's a little less serious, more critical of what's going on, because obviously I'm just a Star Wars fan talking about the latest news and discussing my opinions with you guys. But obviously if you didn't like the style of this video, then make sure you say so down below so I know the boundaries. Anyway, that's it for today, guys. If you were wondering about the huge gap between this video and my last video, my router of 8 years old decided it was time to die. And Sky, my ISP and TV provider, cocked up sending us a new one. It was only late yesterday night that I got a new router from them, and although my packet loss problem is mostly gone, the speed is still pretty terrible. On a positive note though, my upload speed improved, so fingers crossed I may be able to upload 1080p videos. I haven't tried it yet, so I'm not sure if it's feasible for every video, but definitely for important videos that are not time restricted. On an additional note, like a third note here I guess, another router just arrived, so well done Sky, you've sent us 2 Sky hubs. Good for you, good job. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed the video, thank you for watching, and may the Force be with you.